Alright, got the skid steer in the shop. Got the arm up in the air. Got it locked out safely. And we need to change the engine oil and filter, hydraulic filters. We need to see about changing some glow plugs and the AC. I'm hoping it is the blend door, either the actuator or the motor, something is bad. I found out it's not switching from heat to air. It doesn't feel like the temperature is changing any difference, but I can tell you on a 30-some degree day, it was starting to get foggy inside. Switched over to AC to cool it off and it did not switch. So try to see what's going on there. We do not have an oil filter here. Need to get an oil filter. I need to get glow plugs, and then whatever we need for the AC. But I'm going to start with the hydraulic filters because I do have those. Get those swapped out. There should be one of them in here, the canister, and then the second one should be right under here. So we'll get moving on those.
Someone had that before. That turns out better. Okay. How you doing?
Yeah, it's a torque wrench. Alright. Valuable lesson learned on that one. I was trying to multitask and pulled the filter out of the housing. Wasn't thinking. Fluid was kind of rushing in. I don't know why, but it was basically overflowing as soon as I lifted it off. And I didn't want to just keep pouring right there. So I pulled it off and left a nice trail of the trash can. Oh well, I can clean it up. Not a big deal. But if I wasn't multitasking, I probably could have reacted better. I probably could have stuck a container underneath of it or something, but what's done is done. So I got a mess to clean up, and then before I do that, I'm gonna get this spot put back together. I will clean up my mess and then get ready to start working on the other filter. Alright, this one's kind of a pain to get to. I changed it about 300 hours ago. I had a new pump, hydraulic pump put on a little over 50, it's like 53 hours ago I think, 54 hours. They replaced it, they recommended at 50 hours, go ahead and just swap both hydraulic filters, which is what I'm doing. So this is the one that makes a huge, even more huge mess than the last one. If I remember right, I think it's a little easier to get to if you lift the cab up. I don't know that it would be worth doing if you didn't need the cab up for something else, but I need it up to work on the air conditioning, so I might as well just pull it now. See if I can get to it a little easier. I can get to it fine, but I'd like to have a pan of some sort, something to catch the fluid underneath of it. So we'll see what we can come up with. Can't forget these. Cut the tie. Alright guys, so as you can see, getting the oil all pumped out. It's really best to do it once the machine is warmed up. And with this getting the drain out of this bottom of the engine, I like to just pump it right out as it's running. It gets it out a lot quicker. You see it's just kind of coming out nice steady stream. Guys, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down. It's okay. It's not running. It was just a joke. Just a joke. Got the oil draining out. I'm gonna get the filter spun off. New filter spun on. So apparently this engine does not have glow plugs, which surprised me. It's got a grid heater right here. The trouble code I'm getting is glow plug, signal, open signal, something like that. So I just assumed it had glow plugs like every other skid steer I've operated, or every other skid steer I've worked on. But it is what it is. We're gonna leave that alone. Gonna leave the AC alone. To be honest, I don't know if there's a low temperature cutout. It is like 8 degrees outside. I think if I'm working in the shop, I've got a little bit of heat on in here. Not much, but I don't know if it could possibly be locking out because it's cold. I just replaced the control module for the AC last fall. Looking at it right now, it looks like that's what the problem is again. Oh, nice. Poke a hole in it. Why wouldn't I poke a hole in it? Smart thing to do, I guess. Oh my gosh, who put this on so tight? Me. I found it that tight. To the trash. Alright, let's see how tight we can get it, because who cares about the next guy? One more, come on, baby. Oh, got it. Whew. Probably a bad time to be out of brake cleaner. I let this oil go around about 5 minutes before I started. Apparently it wasn't long enough because it is thick oil still. So I've got it coming out the drain, into the drain pan there, and then I also hooked up the oil extractor. Try to get it going a little faster. Make sure I get it all sucked up too. Alright guys, well I've got it written down as 3.3 gallons to go into this machine. I've got 3 gallons in. It's showing high on the dipstick, so I'm gonna let it run for a minute, shut it down, check it, and if we need to top it up, we'll top it up. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is just barely above the full. I think we're good. At least we're gonna call it good.